to you, our viewers. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, once you see me these days, it's time for some netball action. I know those of you who joined us this morning for the morning session, of course, those were some exciting results. We're getting ready. We're pumped for the evening session. What promises to be a mouth-watering matchup. There are a lot of things on the line this evening. These matches will be counting for a lot of serious points. Trinidad and Tobago will be up against the USA. If they win that match, they would have sealed a World Cup spot. Of course, Barbados, they're on their way to a World Cup spot. And then the teams in the middle of the table will be hoping that, they can turn their fortunes around. And the ones at the bottom of the table, again, they will still have hope. So, we're getting ready for some evening action. The crowd is coming into the National Indoor Sports Center. The vibe is up. Everybody is extremely excited because, as I said, a lot is on the line for tonight's matches. In the meantime, it's time to check in with Ricardo Chambers, where he'll give us a roundup of the morning's action.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mariah. The action this morning started with Jamaica taking on Antigua and Barbuda. And Jamaica starting this contest without Janelle Fowler. In fact, no Fowler at all. She wasn't even on the bench. And so it was left up to the youngsters, but they delivered. They scored 40 goals in the first quarter and 40 in the second quarter as well. Amanda Pinkney and Kelsey Jonas starting at goal shoot and goal attack for the Jamaicans. There is Jonas putting away one of a few long-range efforts. The Antiguans just could not sustain any period of quality, never really threatened the Jamaicans in this match, and Jamaica dominant throughout the tournament. There are 4 matches now. They have racked up scores of 74, 70, 81 and 80. Second match is part of our live coverage this morning. Trinidad and Tobago taking on the Cayman Islands, their 5th match of the tournament. Trinidad and Tobago, and they put in a professional performance. Remember, they came off that big win over Grenada last night and returned early this morning. 21-6 at the end of the first quarter. That was the match pretty much done at that stage. 37-11 at the end of the second. 52-14 at the end of the third, before going on to victory. Slowing down in that final quarter when they had the combination of Tiana Dillon at goal attack and Chanel Dolland at goal shoot. Dolland missing several opportunities, several shots. I think she had 3 from 9, so it wasn't a good day for her. 80-23 Jamaica over Antigua and Barbuda. 60-38 Barbados with a very important win over Grenada on court 2, all but ending Grenada's hopes of qualifying for the World Cup. Trinidad and Tobago impressive in that 60-21 win over the Cayman Islands, and the USA with their second victory of the tournament, 46-36 over St. Lucia. I look at the point standings, then you'll see Trinidad and Tobago at the top, 1 win away from qualifying for the World Cup. Barbados in second position, Grenada in third. They have 6 points. They are in third, Grenada, but they have lost already to Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. So while it's not mathematically impossible, it is unlikely that they will do well enough to qualify for the World Cup. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they have a shot. They have 4 points from their 3 matches with 2 wins, and a very important match tonight against Trinidad and Tobago. The USA have grown match by match in this tournament. They have 2 wins against Antigua and Barbuda and St. Lucia. Antigua and Barbuda, Cayman Islands and St. Lucia yet to get off the mark as far as a win is concerned. Let's now look at what's coming up tonight. Barbados versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If Barbados wins that one, they virtually assure themselves a spot at the World Cup. St. Vincent and the Grenadines will know this is pretty much a must-win for them. Jamaica will take on Grenada. That match of no significance to the table. Trinidad and Tobago versus USA, a match the Trinidadians are expected to win, and if they do, they will qualify for the World Cup. Antigua and Barbuda and the Cayman Islands will face off, a chance for a first win for either side. Mariah Ramarak has the coaches for the Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines match. Let's hear what they have to say.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. With me I have the assistant coach of Barbados, Adrian Cregwell, and the head coach of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Godfrey Harry. So we're going to start with you, Godfrey. It's my first time chatting with you. How do you think your team is going to face up against Barbados? Barbados, they're unbeaten so far.
Well, it's the game on the day that matters, and the performance of the teams tonight would decide who goes forward into the qualifying.
Talk to me about the confidence among the ladies. You know, what have they been saying based on their previous matches?
Well, we have been building. We started winning our first game, lost 2 in a row, but we bounced back last night. So as I said earlier, we are building, and we are hoping to finish strong tonight.
Speaking about finish strong, let me turn this question to Adrian. Adrian, you've started with a bang. Your ladies have come on game after game and they have not disappointed. What's the mood like going in tonight's match against St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
Well, after this morning, we saw today as a very, very, very hectic day for us, but it's very, very important. The mood is high. Obviously, we left home with a mission, and we are actually confident we can go through and complete that mission.
Of course, Barbados very confident. Speaking about getting a rest, St. Vincent and the Grenadines had a little break. Do you think that, that time space will help the ladies, and of course they'll come out rejuvenated flying tonight?
Well, it was more of a relaxing day and getting the hype up, getting the fire burning, so we're coming with a fire.
All right, so my last question is for Adrian. Anything you would have said to the ladies, what's the instructions to them when they come out tonight, without giving too much away, of course?
Well, obviously you can't give away too much, but the confidence is there. I don't think there's much more that we can say to these young ladies. Like I said earlier in the interview, we had some problems at Commonwealth, and we're just trying to fix those problems as we go by.
Well, coaches, you have done your part. It's now up to the ladies. So best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. It's now time for us to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have so much more just for you.
Yeah, one of the most significant matches at the America's Netball World Cup qualifying tournament here in Kingston, Jamaica. Barbados versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a tournament-defining encounter for both teams. Let's look at the starting 7, starting with Barbados. They will have Faye Agard at goal shoot, no surprise. Latonia Blackman at goal attack, Damisha Crony at wing attack, Teresa Howell at centre, Samantha Brown at wing defence, Akina Stout at goal defence, and Shawnette Azor Bruce at goalkeep. Marian Frederick starts at goal shoot for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines team. Shalissa Davis will be at goal attack. Ruth Ann Williams at wing attack. Narissa Del Pesh at centre. Jo Maria Kwashi at wing defence. Josiane Antoine at goal defence. And Kewana Charles at goalkeep. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our coverage of the America's Netball World Cup qualifying tournament here at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. My name is Ricardo Chambers, and I have with me two lovely ladies getting ready to watch this match. Oprah and Peterson Natty, former Jamaican defender, and Natasha Batiste is also with us as well, president of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Netball Association. Ladies, it's a pleasure to have you on such a massive occasion for both these teams, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Barbados.
Thank you again for always having me. I'm so excited. I'm looking for a great match today between these teams. It's going to be physical, aggressive, and everything is going to be laid out on the court today.
Natasha, I know you're a little bit nervous.
Oh yes, all my nerves, all the nerves that I can think about, they're here right now. But I am looking forward to great netball being displayed. And as Obi says, I believe it's going to be an aggressive game in all areas of netball today.
Yeah, for sure. Barbados looks as if they have started what I would consider to be over in Peterson, their A team. We've seen them try different combinations throughout this tournament, but I think they recognize the challenge of what they're up against tonight.
Yes, they're bringing out everyone, but you have to think they do have a little depth because they do have Brianna Holder sitting on the bench ready to go in if there needs be. Shanika Watson is also on the bench. Haven't seen her getting much playing time since this tournament start, but I'm sure if she's called upon, she should be ready.
Yeah, for sure. Barbados have not started well in most of their previous matches, but they tend to get better as the matches go on. Tonight, I'm not sure they will be afforded the luxury of starting slow against this St. Vincent and the Grenadines team. Match time, crucial encounter. Centre pass Barbados.
Already interrupted by the goalkeeper Kewana Charles, getting a hand into that ball going to Agard.
Yeah, I've spoken about it already, how impressed I've been with Kewana Charles at goalkeep for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines team. And in many ways, she has had a very good tournament, but she needs her very best match of the tournament to help St. Vincent and the Grenadines tonight. Already doing a good job of ensuring that the first shot is not too comfortable for the Barbadians. But Agard still successful in putting this away. Davis with a lovely ball inside for Marian Frederick. Just the start that St. Vincent and the Grenadines would have wanted.
Yes, indeed, and I like that Davis there looked first and looked in the circle and saw the space and put it perfectly over to Frederick.
Yeah, we spoke about the difficulty level of that type of a pass earlier today, Oprah, but that was perfect execution on that shot as well from Faye Agard.
So, yes, for sure. And here's what is interesting. Both shooters and defender are of basically the same height. So while when we watch other games, we saw that ball go into the circle easy, it's going to be a bit difficult because they both have, very tall defenders, very tall shooter, which does make a difference.
Yeah, first goal for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A lob inside, this one out to the right, well taken. Barbados down the other end quickly, but they turn the ball over. We've seen that a lot from the Bajans. Del Pesh almost turning it over for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Antoine, Josiane Antoine, Del Pesh, Davis. Gets inside the circle to help. And then into Frederick, who gets the contact.
Smart play by the goal attack there. And you can see she's basically making sure she pulls one of the defenders off that goal shooter to get that one-on-one situation.
Yes, and that's something we definitely spoke about in terms of ensuring that there's a one-on-one situation to put the pass into Frederick comfortably. And we see Davis there making her mark and sinking that shot, and that is something that St. Vincent will definitely need to have, is the goal attack, playing and shooting the ball.
Yeah, definitely very good shot, that one, because Frederick had been double teamed and the pass wasn't available, but very confident in the shot, Davis. And now St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the early advantage. Not something that Barbados would be unaccustomed to, as Faye Agard puts this one. No, she doesn't, misses. That's a terrible miss. And very much unlike Faye Agard. No, they get it back.
I think it went out of bounds and it's thrown to Barbados. Oh, beautiful tip there by the wing defense from St. Vincent.
Excellent start for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can they make this turnover count? Contact called.
And St. Vincent has to ensure that they take care of the ball. They had in this game, I don't think they will have the luxury of not handling the ball carefully, because Barbados will capitalize on those errors.
Yeah, there is a missed opportunity for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But right away they look to apply pressure. It looks more like a woman-to-woman marking on the part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes, they're very tight, causes the Barbados center to go offside. So a lot of bodying up, everybody willing to lay their body on the line.
So the turnovers turning up on both ends of the court in this opening quarter. Barbados trailing, but an opportunity here to get within one. And Agard has the responsibility, and this time she ensures she converts. Davis. Williams.
Nice look there by the wing attack, Ruth and Williams, to find Davis on the back.
Davis is in very good shooting rhythm tonight, and she'll need to be.
She definitely have to take the pressure off Frederick by being a threat in the circle.
Del Pesh mops that one up as the error is made by Teresa Howell for Barbados at center. Oh, lovely work.
Nice tip there by the Barbados
defenders. And St. Vincent will have to pay attention to that, because if they're not careful, they will get drawn into putting that pass there, and the defenders will pick those balls.
Contact called on Kwashi. This match tight in the early minutes, as we would have expected. Just about 9 minutes to go. St. Vincent and the Grenadines up by 1 as Agard puts another one away. Davis. Williams. Oh yeah, got to be careful. They are reading that lob.
obstruction in defense.
It's the placement of that ball that causing the defender to have a hand in it. It's not placed properly, and so the defender really do getting a hand on that ball.
What is important though is that Davis is stepping up on the shooting end.
Yes, I was just about to say that I don't think she's missed any of the shots that she's taken so far, and she has to continue in that vein to allow for St. Vincent to be able to match up equally with the Bajan defenders.
And also just want to be a bit strong on that ball there. The last one that the Bajan goalkeeper had a tip, had she hold on to it strongly, she would have had it.
Yes, indeed.
3 from 3 so far for Shalissa Davis for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They lead by 1 and they have the advantage of the center pass. Frederick does not get the contact, does she? Yes, she does get the call.
Penalty there.
And Frederick converts it. St. Vincent and the Grenadines holding a 2-goal advantage. Remember that these teams would have met at the OECS Championships earlier this year. Barbados would have won that game, but St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I'm sure, looking a lot better than they were a few months ago.
Oh yes, indeed. And I think Barbados won something like about 10 goals or something like that, but a lot of work has been put in since then, because we have been preparing for this, and I know that the young ladies are confident that they can put up that challenge that is needed to take this one.
They're definitely putting up the challenge in the first quarter. Under 7 minutes to play. St. Vincent and the Grenadines up by 2. Barbados trying to make it 1. Latonia Blackman goes for Agard. Agard does well.
She had to balance on that one.
Showing some amount of agility on that occasion. 1, the difference. Delpesh to Davis. Delpesh again. Oh, Davis doesn't get it, but she gets the call. Offside the call.
Yes, she had that foot over that line in trying to gain possession of the ball.
Yes, and Vincent and the Grenadines getting away with that one. Oh, brilliant take by Delpesh, and picks out Davis. And Davis is shooting brilliantly tonight.
Yes, she is. She is 100% 3 for 3, and really forced them to look at her.
And you would have found they would have easily, tried to double, but they have to now reconsider that strategy, because Davis is moving, making space, and she's converting her shots.
Yeah, 4 from 4 Davis, and Frederick sinks another one, and an opportunity for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to go ahead by 4 here.
And Frederick is 5 from 5, so that's a good start. 100% shooting between both shooters.
Remember, St. Vincent and the Grenadines pushed Trinidad and Tobago all the way, stayed in touching distance of the Trinbagonians, but just couldn't find that extra to inch ahead of them in that contest, and Trinidad eventually winning by 7 goals, 49 to 42. And they would have come into this one with a whole lot of belief, and it's showing at the moment for the difference, 10 to 6. Frederick 6 from 6 now. And Barbados know that although they have started slowly quite a lot in this tournament, this one feels a little bit different. It doesn't feel as if the Bajans are underperforming as much as they have come up against a really good team.
I think the Bajans are really struggling in the circle, getting that ball into the shooter, and being able to combine together with Agard and Blackman. But for some reason, St. Vincent does have it very clean and clear as to what their position is in the circle.
Oh, brilliant work from Davis, but
another off balance. I think she was a bit off balance, which is what you want. You force them off balance to make the error.
7 to 10. Oh, Delpesh at center with the steal. Davis, Williams.
A lot of aggression showing there in the circle with Frederick. See her snatch that ball.
Yes, and that's the type of aggression that is needed in this game, because she's not gonna get them easy, and the defenders are not gonna allow her to get them easy. So she has to go with that aggression and confidence and rip that ball confidently and then convert it.
This is a massive match in the context of World Cup qualification. The winner here has the advantage, at least as far as what we expect to happen going forward, because the expectation is that the winner here would also be able to beat everyone below them and end in second position. Barbados still has Trinidad and Tobago to play, so that's also another tough match coming up for them. So they will want to seal victory here tonight, or else. Defenders making it real difficult for the Bajans in the circle. Oh, that's a real giveaway. Real giveaway.
And St. Vincent can't afford to make those type of errors, and so they have to clean it up and get a bit tighter and work those balls that they win safely down to ensure that they convert into a goal.
Yeah, rare mistake from Kiana Charles. And it will be Barbados' centre pass, so a real opportunity to pull this back, but the pressure telling. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
When you play a game like this, you have to have a high level of control as to what needs to happen and how you place that ball. There's always going to be someone on you, so you have to, the moves them has to be precise, the passes them has to be precise, everything to eliminate any errors.
Barbados making a change. Wing defense, hopeful ball.
Another desperation pass.
Yeah, Barbados doing a better job now of crowding out the Vincentians in mid-court. Here's another turnover.
Held ball, not able to find anyone. So everybody needs to be in position, moving for that ball, getting out of that crowd.
Yeah, the pressure telling in the closing stages of this first half. Another turnover. This time it goes the way of Barbados. Under a minute to go. The Gems down by 2. It is Barbados' centre pass, so they would really want to score here to come within 1. Under 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Agard steps closer and converts. Just 1 goal the difference now. And remember, St. Vincent and the Grenadines went up by 4 at one stage. Under 20 seconds to go. Davis. They don't have a lot of time to try and convert one more here. Oh, that's gonna be a contact, is it?
Yes, I think it's against the Barbados defender.
Yeah, pretty much 2 seconds left on the clock, so this will be the final play. Marianne Frederick can put them up by 2, and she does. That's the end of the first quarter, and what a first quarter it was. Not a lot between these two teams. St. Vincent and the Grenadines went up by 4 at one stage, but Barbados fought their way back in the quarter, and at the end of it they trailed by just 2. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, though, with the first quarter that they would have hoped for, that gives them confidence, and Barbados must know they have a match on. At the end of the first quarter, Barbados versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Vincentians lead 12-10. Kingston Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. Barbados trailing St. Vincent and the Grenadines 10-12 in this very important encounter. Let's have a look at the first quarter highlights then. St. Vincent and the Grenadines putting in a really good performance from the opening centre pass, that lob going into Marian Frederick, who was perfect in that first quarter. Shalissa Davis at goal attack also shot brilliantly for Barbados. Faye Agard doing most of the shooting. Blackman, in fact all the shooting, Blackman lobbing that one into her, and maybe too much pressure on Agard, and maybe she'll require a little bit more assistance tonight, Oberon, if the Barbados Gems are to go on and win this match. But when you look at that first quarter, St. Vincent and the Grenadines really applied a lot of pressure.
Certainly, you cannot win. I mean, it all depends on the game, but right now, that goal attack has to be involved. She needs to be involved right now in this game.
Yeah, look at the statistics then. 5 turnovers for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 7 for Barbados. Contacts 12 St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 9 Barbados. And offsides 2 against the Barbados team. But definitely, Natasha, pressure being applied by the Vincentians, which is what you want to see.
Oh yes, definitely. I am pleased with the defending, and throughout the competition thus far, the defense for St. Vincent has stood up against all the challenges that they have faced.
Faye Agard,
strong shooter there. She shot all goals for Barbados, 10 from 12, but she needs help.
Blackman, the 40-year-old, considered the #1 goal attack, I would say, for the Gems. A lot of experience. Her first shot of the match there, so giving the help that O'Brien Peterson Natty is looking for. A lot of experience, Latonia Blackman. 7 Commonwealth Games she has appeared at. 5 World Cups as well. Started her career in 1998 at the international level. Went to the World Cup for the first time in 1999, was here in Kingston 2003, so she's been around for a long time. Led a Barbados team that beat Jamaica here in Kingston a few years ago in a 3-match series. They won it 2-1. Agard gets that one in, so a solid start to the second quarter for Barbados. They still trail by 1. Lovely steal, or no?
I think the umpire called it a contact. Well, not a contact, it was a steal, but they turned it over.
Well,
brilliant interception there from the wing defense, and Barbados is looking to make that count.
This is where the Barbadian Gems have been strong. That second and third quarter, they have been able to play some of their best netball. That's a situation that Agard has not had to deal with a lot in this tournament, being pushed away from the goal.
Yes, and the St. Vincent defender would have won right there, taking her out of her comfort zone, forcing her to pass. See how well she can pass.
Have to give credit to Barbados, though. They are making it a lot more difficult for St. Vincent and the Grenadines as they transition down court into Frederick. No.
Beautiful look there by the goal attack to fake the pass and send it to the shooter. Again, the shooter needs to be aggressive. She has to hold on to those balls because there won't be any whistle.
Yeah, and they need to put that ball, because that ball was placed more on the side of the defenders rather than more in the space away from the defender.
Well, someone needs to explain to me, because the pass had gone in initially and then it was called back. For me, why isn't the advantage being played in situations like that?
I thought about that too.
I just don't understand it.
I thought it put St. Vincent at a disadvantage to call it back.
Yeah, and I've seen that so often in this tournament, not just in this match, and I'm really struggling to understand the reasoning behind that.
Well, it all depends on what the infringement is. So if the whistle did blow and it's right here before the pass was delivered, it's going to call back to where the infringement took place.
Barbados with an opportunity to take the lead for I think the first time since 1-0, if I'm not mistaken.
So again, the Bajan defender, they're working really hard, but they have to stay disciplined. You do not want to get a contact or obstruction right under the basket. Makes it too easy for Barbados.
Yeah, Latonia Blackman converts another one. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines find themselves behind. Can they compose themselves and get the job done? That's a dangerous ball again. That's giving the defenders a chance, more than a chance. They get possession.
They just need to be patient, and that goal attack just need to get in a bit quicker. She kind of lags outside, which caused the two defenders to really crunch down on Frederick in the circle.
Barbados can turn it around here. Blackman misses, but fights for the rebound and gets it. Oh,
contact call there on that goal shooter.
And then they give the ball away, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
They have to settle. St. Vincent has to settle when they have possession of the ball, and they are getting a bit careless on how they're handling the ball now. So they need to settle down and be patient on the passes as well as on their movements into the spaces.
That's where Agard wants it. That's where she got it. And Barbados up by 2. They have turned this around. Tell you, they are so dangerous in the second quarter. And they're showing it again. So many slow starts in the tournament, but they find a way.
And it's just a poor decision making by the St. Vincent team that has really brought Barbados back into this game.
In line with me.
And the pressure of Barbados on the defensive end as well.
The pressure causes you to make poor decision.
So all you can do as a unit, apply pressure and see how the opponent handles it. And right now the Vincentians not handling it too well. Barbados now up by 3. They are dominating this second quarter. Oh, nice lovely finish. And it will be Barbados' centre pass as well. So an opportunity to go up by 5, having trailed by 2 at the start of this quarter. Ranked number 14 in the world, Barbados, and they are starting to show it. Lovely work by Blackman.
Experience right there.
You spoke about it coming into this second quarter that the Gems needed more help inside the circle from Blackman, and she has stepped up.
Yes, she has done that. She has done that, shooting 3 from 4, taking a little bit of the workload from Agard.
There's Agard.
Obstruction goalkeeper.
Obstruction called. An opportunity here to go up by 6. And it's becoming more and more difficult for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because it's centre pass to the Barbados Gems, and the Vincentians are not quite getting
beautiful look there
the turnovers they were earlier.
Wonderful. That's a nice look there by Blackman to find Agard under the basket.
Agard 16 from 18. The Vincentians have to do something different. They trail 10-1 in this quarter. A dramatic turnaround, but it's not the first time we've seen this from Barbados. It was in the third quarter last night against the United States of America. But they know how dangerous the St. Vincent and the Grenadines team can be. And so they have really come out hard in this second quarter. Again, Frederick doesn't hold on to the ball.
She has to hold on to it. She has to, and she has lost like about 3 or 4 of those passes, 1-on-1, where the Barbados defender gets the better of it.
And Davis is pretty much out of the game at this stage. She has to find a way back in it.
Doing defense.
Yes, because Davis had a very good start in the first quarter, but she has faded away. We are not seeing her presence as much in this quarter. So she needs to step up and get to the circle so that the defenders can peel off. So there's a one-on-one situation with Frederick so that the ball can go into Frederick more comfortably.
Well-needed turnover for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now it's about making it count.
Yes. Advantage moving, go defense.
Davis into Frederick. That's what you want to see more of. And the Vincentians get 2 in a row, and this will be their center pass as well. Another opportunity to close the gap. No.
You gotta skill. You gotta catch those. Comfortable.
Just releasing whatever pressure they would have been building on the Gems. But they get it back. What do they do? Dangerous pass. Fortunate to get away with it, the Vincentians. They continue to advance. Davis, once again giving the Barbadian defenders a chance.
Yes, hold it, center come. Yes, thank you.
Not sure why she's out of the circle.
I'm not sure either. Yeah.
She needs to get in that circle.
She was in the circle. Stay in the circle and collect the ball.
Exactly. She needs to stay in so that one of the defender can cover her, and then Frederick becomes open to collect that pass.
Or Frederick could also take her defender to the side and allow that goal attack to come in the circle.
Please center. Contact, goalkeeper.
Always easy to see from this position. That much I can tell you.
Of course.
Here's Latonia Blackman. She's seeing it pretty well at the moment.
Yes, she's seen the basket very well.
21-15. Barbados back up by 6, and they have the center pass as well. Making life so much more difficult for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And they get the turnover now. Can they take care of the ball? Options limited.
So everyone is caught in a line.
Yeah, and whistles all over the place for the next score. This one lands for Frederick. Frederick converts. St. Vincent and the Grenadines giving themselves a chance. 5 the difference. Frederick still perfect in this match. 12 from 12. This is Davis. Showing some patience here, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And yeah, was that time?
No,
it was a replay called on Del Plesh there.
21-16. 5 the difference. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. What a brilliant second quarter for the Barbados Gems and for this player, Latonia Blackman.
And Blackman is using her experience very well in her movement there on the court, drawing the defenders and creating that space to cut back.
Not going fast, taking her time, being patient. That's Blackman for you.
22-16, 6 the difference, and Barbados can go up by 7 here into Agard, and she's not gonna miss from there. 17 from 20, Faye Agard. That is a magnificent take and finish. Make that the take and finish of the tournament from Marianne Frederick.
Yes, and she does those layups very well, but I don't think that we need to be putting that ball to put her under that type of pressure, really and truly.
That was a miracle catch from a desperate pass.
Poor decision, because I believe the wing attack came for that pass and it was delayed.
Yeah, they're passing the ball into areas that give Barbados a 50-50 chance of getting there.
Yes.
And that's not smart netball. That is a lot smarter. Frederick has work to do, but she is in fine fettle tonight. Yeah, here's a look at the... Oh, what a grab, what a finish. That is magnificent. That's what you want to see in a big match like this.
Wonderfully done by Frederick in that possession.
5 the difference, but St. Vincent and the Grenadines can make it 4. Frederick does make it 4. Can they rally late in this quarter?
And they need to get very tight on the defense in Vincent so that they can even pull back a few more goals before this second quarter closes out.
I wonder how difficult it is for the players, because it is confusing me hearing the whistles from the other court. Missed opportunity for Barbados. Jamaica playing over on court 2, so the crowd very much into that contest as well. A mano tussle for the ball. St. Vincent and the Grenadines get it, but where's the outlet? Delpeche into Davis. Davis goes for the shot. Yeah, she's been shooting like that all night. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines within 3.
Yes, and it's a good opportunity to pull back. This is the fighting type of netball that we want to see continue throughout. And Frederick is being more commanding. She has her first miss, I believe, for the game so far.
Yes.
Yeah, first miss of the night. But also forced to shoot from a little bit further out than she's had to. You could see she was so surprised because she wasn't even looking to go for a rebound initially. Agard. Oh, yes.
That's a big shot there by Agard. She looked a little winded, but managed to, got it up and finish it with a shot. With a goal.
And most importantly, stop the momentum built by St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes.
Because the lead is now back up to 4. And if they can score this here, Barbados, that will be 5. And the entire complexion of this quarter could change again. Blackman does well. Blackman converts. And 15 seconds for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They have to do this quickly. They have to do this real quickly.
Yes.
That ball has to go in the circle now. And that's the end of the second quarter. A dominant quarter for the Barbados Gems. They were down by 2 at the end of the first. Now they lead by 5 at the end of the second. Agard continues to be brilliant. Frederick has been great in the circle for St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well. But they will rue the fact that they took a long time to score in that second quarter. And Barbados lead 25-20 at halftime. Africa America's Netball World Cup qualifying action. Halftime, Barbados leading St. Vincent and the Grenadines 25-20. Ladies, take me through what has happened in this match so far, because St. Vincent and the Grenadines led 12-10 at the end of the first quarter, but Barbados turned it around brilliantly in that second quarter.
All right, what we saw in the second quarter is that St. Vincent sort of adjusted their play. The goal attack was playing more for the circle, which was drawing the defenders away from double teaming Frederick, and the passes that were going in this quarter were not as accurate. They also lost a few passes in the midcourt because they were not coming onto the ball as they were doing in the first quarter. So they need to regroup now, and Frederick has to be a bit more aggressive in the circle as well and command the circle and her space.
One of the things I think St. Vincent needs to look at, they've worked tirelessly to put pressure on Barbados, but somehow they're not able to convert. And if you're not able to convert off your gains, then you're going to be depending on just your center pass. And I think Barbados has done that. They have very good transition game. What they do with it in the circle is just another story. But they do take that ball quickly when they do get a hand on it or an interception.
Yeah, Barbados is doing what I consider to be a double team in the midcourt. They are crowding out the Vincentians, making those passes very difficult. And when the Vincentians do get out of the midcourt, as Natasha pointed out, some of the passes into the circle not as accurate, and it's forcing Frederick to do so much work, and it's constantly giving the Barbadian defenders an opportunity to get the ball. As I said, the ball is being put into areas where there's a 50-50 chance that the defender can get it as well as the attacker, and that's never good in this sport.
You see, most of these Caribbean teams, we have this one standing shootout. As we look at the stats there, we see St. Vincent being very aggressive, having 28 contacts compared to Barbados 14, but the turnovers are pretty much the same. The difference is how many you score off those gains that you get from the other team. So it's something that St. Vincent needs to look at.
Halftime, Barbados leading St. Vincent and the Grenadines 25-20. Second half coming up. Kingston Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. Third quarter action. Barbados up against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Barbados leading this contest by 5 goals. And this is an important quarter for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is a quarter they cannot afford to lose. They need to win this quarter. Remember, their World Cup hopes depend on it. Both teams. Can the Vincentians turn it around? Barbados so strong throughout this campaign in the second and or third quarter. And here they are again.
Nice tip pass there by Blackman to hand it over to Agard.
6 the difference. Oh,
turnover.
Yeah, bad mistake by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Just the start they did not want.
No.
They're working overtime to try and get the intercept.
It's the passing that is really putting St. Vincent under undue pressure.
Agard with the rebound. 27-20 and quickly up by 7. 20 from 25. Faye Agard shooting at 80%. Chance of Barbados to go up by 8. Blackman to Agard. 8 the difference.
And St. Vincent has not yet shown up in this quarter. They need to get back. They need to regroup and start doing what has been working for them.
There's another ball that gives the defender a 50-50 chance. And the Gems are taking their opportunities. Looks promising for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, like many other teams in the first quarter, but the Barbados Gems starting to assert their quality now. Blackman to finish. 29-20, their biggest lead of the night. The Barbados Gems had an opportunity to bring that lead into double figures.
Yes, advantage obstruction, wing attack.
And already 5 unanswered goals for Barbados Gems in this quarter.
And again, we're seeing the passes that they're making. They're not being very patient and accurate with those passes. It's as though as soon as they get the ball, they want to quickly release it without good precision to their players.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, it's almost as if you're at training and you want to give the defenders a 50-50 chance. And in the first quarter, she was sinking those Davis, but the pressure increasing now. And that's her first miss of the contest.
Ball attack, contact. Watch your timing, please. Step back, step back.
Watch your timing, Miss Davis.
Yes, because that's way after the player received the ball, the contact came.
30-20. St. Vincent and the Grenadines yet to score in this quarter. And Agard can score a 6th goal for the Barbados Gems.
Okay, so you're not being cautioned.
11 the difference, and maybe now the Barbados Gems are beyond recall. Cape Town looking a little bit closer now to Bridgetown.
That center penalty pass.
If there is to be a comeback of epic proportions, it must start now.
Yes.
Delpesh. Converted by Marianne Frederick, but the last few that she's converted is almost as if she's had to come up with some stunning catches and finishes. Nothing coming easy.
Obstruction. Yes.
Replay called on Davis. And Agard is in full flow.
So, you know, we talk about Barbados' strength when they get that interception or that loose ball. They really go very quickly down court, which leaves the St. Vincent players behind. So they have to make sure when they lose that ball, they cannot afford to hang their head. They have to just get back in that game and try to make a stop and being patient coming down, because it makes no sense working hard, getting all these balls and then turning it over and not being able to capitalize or score off these deflections or these gains that you've been getting.
Yeah, they are squeezing the belief out of the Vincentians.
Yes.
A few changes are about to be made by St. Vincent and the Grenadines, clearly understanding that they have to try something different.
It's really the passing going into that shooter that is causing the mayhem, because they're putting it slow. The goal attack is out, so that that goal defense have enough time to run onto that ball. So a lot of us in the Caribbean has tall shooters, but it's really an art to be able to place that ball. And I always say, don't pass it, place it in the space away from the defender's hand.
Couple of changes made by the Vincentians. Natasha?
Yes, we're seeing Ruth and Williams coming in at center, and Delpesh is dropped back into the wing attack position there. And at the start of the quarter, Shania Pompey came in at wing defense.
Options limited.
Yes.
Delpesh. Davis just hands the ball to the defender.
See, that's how you place it. Into the space, away from the hand of the defender.
Yes.
34-21. The advantage is now 13. And surely now there is no way back for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 7:42 to go in the third quarter. And the lead creeps up to 14, sorry. 35-21. Another change by the Vincentians.
And Shanice Daniel comes in, replaces Davis in the goal attack position.
See, goal attack is playing wing attack just the same. Goal attack before was playing a wing attack position. They have a new goal attack who is playing outside. So there's always be that double there. They are not going to be able to get that ball in, because that goalkeeper there from Barbados,
defense obstruction.
Shanette Azur Bruce, she will contest those.
35-22, and as she comes on, she gets one. Shanice Daniel.
And what St. Vincent needs right now is a goal attack that is working into the circle, and they need to be making safe passes. They more or less seemed very confused as to what to do with the ball when they have the ball in their possession.
Very few passes seem safe at the moment.
Well, when you think of it, the St. Vincent attacking team, both the center, wing attack and goal attack, they're very short, and Barbados is certainly using their height to prevent them from seeing clearly into that circle. So that's kudos to Barbados defending unit to be able to put a lot of pressure before that ball gets into the circle to Frederick.
36-22, Barbados leading by 14. Delplesh.
See how quicker the goal defense have already dropped to the shooter and the goal attack is still outside.
Nothing going the way of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Not sure what that call was about. That's a stepping.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines need a step in the right direction.
They sure do.
Gets it to Frederick. And she lands that one. 12 goals in the first quarter for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 8 in the second quarter. And they have 3 so far in this quarter, with Barbados already shooting 12. (37-23), a 14-goal gap. And a promising start for St. Vincent and the Grenadines has turned into disaster here with 4:40 to go in the third.
I don't believe they expected this kind of goal difference. You know, they expected it to be something closer, but somehow Barbados has taken them out their rhythm.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados saying to the rest of the region that, yeah, we are clear second and third to the Jamaicans here. Threatened.
Really being patient there. You watch that goal attack from Barbados. Blackman, she's not moving fast, you know. She's moving very slow, but she's moving sure.
And in the spaces.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she passes well. And that comes from experience. Like I said, you can't just get up today and say you're going to pass to a tall shooter. It takes practice, practice, practice. And she would have done that. And remember, she's not as the Barbados goal shooter, A-guard, she's not as tall as Frederick.
3:35 to go in the third.
No one is moving. Everybody stands looking around, not looking to take advantage of their games.
Exhibition style stuff now from the Gems. And Latonia Blackman finishes off the play.
Old school. Really old school there from Blackman.
She has been around for a long time.
Yes. So the goal attack goes out, the double is there, you cannot get it in. She's still out the circle.
And she can't get in.
No.
And the problem is if she goes in, then she can't get it. There's no service.
Well, the attacker needs to drive right down onto that center circle to make that pass in, to take the defender out of their face, because they're pretty short, the hands are there.
Exactly, and they're playing, the goal attack is playing for outside of the circle rather than in the circle to create that, as Obi said, that attacking pressure in the circle that is needed, so that one of the defenders can peel off to make that drop pass over to Frederick. Once it's made accurately, we have seen where Frederick will put it away, and Barbados is doing that very effectively in that their shooters are moving, their goal attack is making way into the circle and doing their peel off on the defenders.
Yeah, I think the problem for Daniel at goal attack though is that she's probably feeling that if she's not outside the circle to collect the ball, then it's not going to get in there, and so she's lending assistance in the build-up.
See how far she is? Right beyond the center circle. And she's not a quick player.
Yeah, she's definitely not a Naya Langain.
No.
Who does that quite a lot and successfully. And another desperate ball into Frederick, and she misses the layup. And Barbados can come away with it again. The 16-point advantage could be 17 here. But it won't be, at least not yet. 1:24 to go. Looks as if the sting has been knocked out of this St. Vincent and the Grenadines challenge.
Goal defense outside. Outside the circle, goal defense. You're out of play, goal defense. You can't participate. Ball here, goal defense are still out. Come, goal defense.
Just to wait till that ball is released from the center before she can make an attempt for the ball.
Someone should have told her.
Laps. It's called laps.
42-26. 16 the difference.
Yes.
You can see when the ball comes to the edge of the circle, afraid that the pass is going to be gobbled up by the defense. There is that split second where they wait for Danielle to arrive, and by the time she does, the space is closed, the option is non-existent, and the Barbados Gems having a grand old time here in Kingston, Jamaica. They lead by 17 at the end of the third quarter, and surely now there is no way back for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Three-quarter time, Barbados 43-26 over SVG. Brilliant turnaround once again from the Barbados Gems. They trailed 10-12 at the end of the first quarter. They lead now 43-26 at the end of the third. 1 quarter to go, and it seems as if the Barbados Gems are well on their way to a 5th victory at this tournament, Obi.
No doubt about that, Ricardo. I mean, netball is simple. You earn from your center pass. If you're not able to earn those from your center pass, then you're going to be at a disadvantage. If you don't take care of the ball, you're going to be at a disadvantage. If you're not able to place that ball properly in the circle and allow your shooter to get a attempt, you're going to be in trouble. So that's the situation here. Each quarter, St. Vincent has reduced their scoring. Why? Because they're not even getting that scoring attempt, and Barbados is basically having their way, and this is the result.
Yes, and that's so true, Obi. What we have seen from the second quarter into the third quarter is a St. Vincent team that is not showing that they have that fighting spirit to really go for this. The passes are wayward. They're not being patient on the ball as they were in the first quarter when they started. and that is what is causing all of, that's why the scoreline is what it is. They're not handling the ball and they're not taking care when they have their centre pass.
Yeah, really tough lesson for St. Vincent and the Grenadines tonight, and an inopportune time for them to have that lesson as well. With World Cup qualification on the line, they would have come into this genuinely believing that they could topple the Barbadians. After the first quarter, that belief would have gone up, but if they have studied the gems, they would have known that they would come really strong for the remainder of the match. That's how they have operated for this tournament. And maybe St. Vincent and the Grenadines will give it one last strong push. Almost impossible to overturn 17 goals though in one quarter. I recall Jamaica leading New Zealand by 10 goals. I think that was at halftime in the 2007 World Cup. Of course, New Zealand then went on to win it by 10. But St. Vincent and the Grenadines have just one quarter to do significantly more than that.
And it will be an uphill battle. We can only pray for a miracle at this point.
Because I haven't seen any change in the attacking team of St. Vincent, so not sure the instruction that is given now to, let's say, the goal attack. What is it that we want to happen down in the attack, and where you put those, the center and the wing attack, because they too need to drive on top of that circle, and hopefully that goal attack gets in.
Did someone say Mount Everest?
Too steep.
Yeah. After the performance against Trinidad and Tobago, I think the Vincentians will be quite disappointed with this effort tonight. And
yes, definitely. Had we played with that same intensity that we played Trinidad, and even when we played Jamaica, this game would have been very different.
I wonder, O'Brien, if it is that we have underestimated the quality of this Barbados team throughout the tournament, not just tonight, because they keep finding ways to turn things around on us and their opponents.
I don't think we have underestimated Barbados. I think Barbados is vulnerable in many areas. However, if you can't take care of the ball, Barbados have done a better job. They have made numerous turnovers, but they have done a better job of really getting those interceptions and making it count for them. St. Vincent has not done that. They have turned it over more than anything else.
You look at the last two passes in that play, both gave Barbados an opportunity for the intercept.
Yes. And it's not only straight interception Barbados have, they got a lot of tips. A tips that resulted into a gain.
Clean movement by Daniel into the circle. 6 from 6, Shanice Daniel. Agard loses her bib, but she doesn't lose the goal.
No at all. Not at this time.
Not for the first time tonight.
No. Look at Blackman. She doesn't look like she's bursting a sweat. She's on easy street, Blackman is on easy street.
Daniel does well, but not well enough. 45-30. Barbados up by 15. .45 to go in the final quarter.
Perfect drive onto that line. That's Brianna Holder at the wing attack. And we talk about the depth of the Barbados team. They got into trouble early and they brought her on, and she made a huge difference, doing the bulk of the work for Latanya Blackman, who is not moving as fast, but getting the ball when she needs it and making those real experienced pass into A-guard.
Blackman.
She'll make that one. It's right on her.
Oh.
Turn, St. Vincent.
Commentator's curse.
I know.
Hold time, please.
Not intentional.
You're officially a commentator. OB.
Oh my God.
Center contact, penalty.
But she always gets it where she wants it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. She gets it where she wants it.
Yes.
So look at the keeper. You get a free pass in the backcourt here, the defensive end. The keeper is basically resting rather than getting involved, taking that pass and push them down. So everybody, all 5 players in the midcourt, forcing the shooter to come all the way out. And now she has problem getting back in and causing the contact.
Goalkeeper.
That was a bit presumptuous on that pass there from Blackman.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines will take on Antigua and Barbuda on Thursday. That will be a match they fully expect to win. Barbados will play Trinidad and Tobago in Thursday's big match. A win there for Barbados will guarantee their World Cup berth. A win tonight for Trinidad and Tobago will guarantee theirs. And if Barbados fail to beat Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow, then they can wait until Saturday against Antigua and Barbuda to confirm their place. And it's unlikely that Antigua and Barbuda will get anywhere near Barbados.
I'm really not sure why the goal shooter having her come all the way out.
Still a lot of netball for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to play in this tournament, but they will be tremendously hurt by tonight's result when it is indeed confirmed. But the important thing going forward, I think, is that over the next few years they continue to build, they continue to develop, and to ensure that when they are back in this position again, they're even stronger than they are now.
Yes, and that's definitely what needs to be done. We really thought that we had done sufficient, not all that we needed to do, but sufficient for us to secure a place to South Africa. But the games are not finished yet, so we just have to keep hopes alive.
Yeah, for sure. Still a mathematical opportunity for St. Lucia, even if they lose tonight, but a large part of that mathematics includes Antigua and Barbuda beating Barbados. Now, we have seen many shocking results in sports, but based on what I've seen this week, that probably would be the biggest shock in my lifetime of watching sports. 50-31.
The shooter is also moving out of the space.
That pass landed exactly where she was previously.
Yes, but she moved.
Yeah.
50-32. 5:55 to go. in the final quarter.
There's no one to clear it.
And the Vincentians are not even getting back on defense to create any sort of pressure for the Bajans at this point. They are just basically walking through.
Well, sometimes when you turn over the ball, it all depends. A lot of the ball that is turned over by St. Vincent, they're out of play, and there's really not much they can do because Barbados moved that ball quickly down, you know. So if you turn over the ball and you're behind the play, then really nothing much you can do, which is why you have to take care of it. Even when you lose it, at least that ball is in front of you. You have time to back up and, you know, mark or just get into position quickly.
Question for you ladies. There's a 3-second rule in the game. You have to make the pass within 3 seconds. Does that also apply to the shooters?
Yes.
Interesting.
But let me tell you,
I just always feel like the shooters seem to have a little bit more than 3 seconds to take that shot.
Here's our 3 seconds for me, and I've watched, and there are different umpires' interpretation of 3 seconds. Some call it, and this is how I always say, if you look like you know what you're doing or what you're looking for, you get away with 4 seconds.
True.
But if you don't know what you're looking for and you're looking around and you're panicking,
you get 2 seconds.
You get 2 seconds. So just look like you know what you're doing, so it's okay.
Sounds about right. 4 minutes to play in this contest. One that started out promisingly for St. Vincent and the Grenadines when they led 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. But Barbados on their way to completing another brilliant turnaround. And it's been their MO this tournament, whether they do it after the first or second or even third quarter, they find a way to get it done.
Yes.
Their toughest test will come tomorrow night though, when they face Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
They are about to join Trinidad and Tobago on 10 points, 5 from 5.
And you say even that pass was not even placed properly to Frederick there. It was more away from her, more to the defender, rather than into the space that she had already adjusted to create.
50-50.
That looked more like 60-40.
Barbados on the attack.
Goalkeeper. Step back, just a bit. Come, goalkeeper.
The umpires don't play in netball, do they?
No. And those are two Jamaica's umpires that are experienced. And so they give specific instructions. So that one could be a hell ball, but you know, it's a motion. She held it, she looked, then she went down to come up. She has to finish the motion. Could take 4 seconds.
Under 2:20 to go. Good to see the Vincentians still fighting. Good take from Frederick.
That's a good take. Still in the reach of the defender, but very strong take from Frederick.
Early ball into the circle. Minute and a half to go. Jamaica taking on Grenada over on court 2. They two in the final quarter, or are they in the third quarter? Jamaica leading that one 65-41. I think they're in the final quarter. Here on court one less than a minute away.
Beautifully read there by the goal defender of Barbados.
Advantage obstruction, second jump.
Final seconds of this one. Another gem of a comeback. Barbados one win away from Cape Town. 43 from 48 for Faye Agard. Another brilliant shooting night. And she has shot Barbados that much closer to the World Cup next summer. Cape Town seeming so much closer to Bridgetown now. The Barbados Gems produce another fabulous comeback. And the Trinidad and Tobago stand in their way on Thursday evening. But for now, it's all smiles. What a win. They knew it would be tough tonight. They knew they had a tough day. Grenada in the morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the evening. But they complete the double. They go 5 from 5. They join Trinidad and Tobago at the top of the standings on 10 points. They deserve an applause. The Gems. Disappointing night for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A couple of banged up players, a couple of hurt players psychologically, I'm sure, because they came into this thinking that they had a genuine chance, and after the first quarter where they led 12-10, it definitely seemed that way. But the Bajan Gems once again down, but telling the world they were very much not out, and they find themselves another victory. 57-36, a 21-goal victory for Barbados over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's have a look then at the match highlights. Barbados with Faye Agard and Antonia Blackman goal shoot and goal attack to start the contest, and they pretty much played the entire match. Agard was fantastic, 43 from 48. Blackman really came into her own in the second half, ladies, and that made a big difference for the Barbados Gems.
Certainly it did, bringing in as soon as Blackman got involved into the game, it was all over for St. Vincent. I thought they handled themselves well, getting those gains, making it count, and just continuously applying pressure on the St. Vincent team.
Yes, St. Vincent and the Grenadines scored 12 goals in the first quarter, but they were limited to 8 in the second quarter, 6 in the third quarter, and those middle quarters really letting them down, and by the time they had gotten to the final quarter, Natasha, it was pretty much all over.
Yes, and it definitely was a disappointing night on the court, because we started well in the first quarter, but then maybe mental lapses and bad passes and all of that, allowed the Bajans to just run away with this game.
Yeah, for sure. It's Barbados' night in Kingston. A win over Grenada earlier today, and now they put away St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who had pushed Trinidad and Tobago all the way. St. Vincent and the Grenadines 49-42. but here tonight, unable to stay with Barbados to the very end. 29 contacts of Barbados, 54 St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Turnovers 19 Barbados, 23 St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 17 obstructions from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And Barbados, 4 offside calls against them, 1 against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Well, we always want to hear from the captains in terms of what they think about the performances, and Mariah Ramarak has that covered for us.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. I'm standing now with the winning captain, Shawnette Azor. Bruce, congratulations on that win. What a fight back. Talk to me about what you were thinking when you were on the court.
No pressure. That's always going through our heads. No pressure. Just take it one goal at a time.
Based on what you saw from your ladies today, do you think you have everything that you need, to grab that World Cup spot that many people are banking on you to take?
Of course, we have what it takes to grab that spot. And we are going to take that spot.
Anything that you saw from the ladies today that you're going to go back to the drawing board and say, listen, we need to fix A, B, and C?
Well, I think we need to just hold on to our balls a little bit more, yeah? We got good speed and we want to keep the speed, but we also want to take control, understand? We want to score our goals all the time. If we get an interception, take care of that as well and score it as well.
Well spoken, like a true captain. Shawnette, all the best. You have some big matches coming up, so you need to rest, and of course we're looking forward to see how you do then.
Thank you, no pressure.
Well, you heard it from the Barbados captain, Shawnette there. She's saying they're not yielding to any pressure. Let's welcome the captain now from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We chat again, this time the results didn't turn out in your team's favor. However, what I saw from St. Vincent and the Grenadines was this hunger, this fight.
Yes, well, I am must say disappointed in the outcome of the game. We fought hard, but not hard enough. We had a lot of loose balls. We did not take control of the ball, possession of the ball enough, and that's where we lost the game.
Moving forward, the ladies are going to regroup. Any other areas apart from the loose balls that, you all need to tighten up?
Well, we do have a lot of injuries right now, so we have to go rehabilitation and so forth, and we'll just, improve on what this tournament has taught us.
Well, thank you so much. I know you're probably exhausted after a long day. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, we just heard from the two captains, and of course the ladies are extremely exhausted, and rightfully so. It's been an extremely long day. It's time to head back to Ricardo Chambers. Ricardo?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mariah. You could see the disappointment there on the face of Ruth Ann Williams. 57-36 Barbados over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Barbados 1 win away from qualifying for the Netball World Cup in the summer of 2023. Well, one match out the way, still another to come. The table toppers, Trinidad and Tobago, coming up. They are 1 win away from the World Cup as well. They can confirm their place tonight, and not many would bet against them doing it against the USA.